I guess to everyone, I'm Ada from Pause and Rock, and today, for my big pleasure, we have, we can say today, an icon, female icon of metal, Prika Amaral from NERVOSA. How are you, Prika?
I'm fine, and you? How are you?
I'm super excited. It seems like I'm interviewing my idol. Really, I'm shaking almost. Super excited.
Oh, that's so nice.
You know, it's so beautiful to see women like you being like, you know, like the inspiration for the younger girl. It's beautiful. So they couldn't really achieve to be someone else better than you. So that's why I want to ask about yourself before starting to speak about about Jailbreak. How Prika get in touch with music, guitar, now vocals. So let's focus before the beginning.
Yes, first of all, thank you so much for all of this very nice words. I feel really happy and really welcome. Thank you so much. I think my family always was very into music, you know. My mom, example, she loved the rock bands. Example, the first band that I listened in my life, the first music I listened in my life was Led Zeppelin. And also she liked like Deep Purple, yes, The Police, this kind of bands from that time. And this was a huge influence for me. But also my father, he was a acoustic guitar player.
Okay.
You know, and he also played a specific instrument from Brazil, you know, that's called viola. And it's a 10 strings instrument in a different way. And so the music always was present in my life and in my family.
That's good.
But of course, when I was a teenager, you know, like pre-teenager or teenager, I start to be like with a very interesting in rock music, and then in metal music, and then in extreme music, and going even more extreme, you know, that kind of obsession. And yes, and then I start to listen, I'd be more open for all the kind of music, mainly metal, example. Now I'm able to like heavy metal, all the kind of metal. But before I was more like extreme, going to extremes and extreme. That's something like happened when we start to listen to this and teenager era, this kind of thing.
Yeah, and I mean, you picked guitar because of your dad, or that was something that you felt like the guitar was like calling you?
I think the guitar was calling me because I could play whatever instrument. My father never played guitar, and he was not into guitar. He was more in the acoustic thing. Okay. Of course, the fact that he was playing acoustic guitar was my first opportunity, you know, to experience a musical instrument was with acoustic guitar. And acoustic guitar is 6 strings, so it's pretty close to guitar. So I studied for 1 year and a half, more or less, only in acoustic guitar. This was my introduction. So I was playing Metallica, Slayer, everything in acoustic guitar. I need a distortion.
Experiment already.
Yes.
That's beautiful. And so basically you mentioned kind of your early influences came from your mom, from the people surrounding you. But as a guitarist woman, there are out there guitarists that you don't want to say that you look up for to be similar like that, but they kind of influenced you as your way of playing at the beginning, of course, because now you have your own way of playing.
Yes, when I started to play, I didn't know any female in metal music, example. I took some years to discover women in metal and rock, example. But example, I was influenced, of course, by Sepultura. It was a huge band in Brazil. It was pretty close. And for all of the people that like extreme music, it's influenced by Sepultura in Brazil, and I think in all the world. And of course, also Metallica and Slayer. They were the base of my guitar playing example. The first song that I learned how to play in guitar actually was Seek and Destroy by Metallica.
Okay.
And then I start to learn. Then I start to learn everything that was appearing from metal that I like Slayer, Sepultura, example. Remember Desperate Cry actually was the first one that I learned how to play from Sepultura, this kind of things. I was looking for because when I started to play the internet, it was not something usual and not so accessible in Brazil, not for my reality at least. And I was more to having access to the internet like 4 or 5 years after I started to play. So everything that I could learn, I was buying like small magazines, you know, in some stores,
books as
and
well.
try to learn from that chords that they were given. It was totally wrong. So I was trying only to listen and try to find the notes, you know, like it was probably I was playing everything basically more or less wrong, you know, but the feeling, the roots, the sensation, the genuine side was there.
That's and of course, I mean, before moving to Nervosa as a topic, of course, it's interesting to hear as well for I think all the guitarists out there, especially young women, which is your, as a guitarist, we're speaking, your gear that you used on stage, or your favorite gear, for example.
I use it for many years now. Kramer, my guitar is by Kramer. It's made by Gibson, but Kramer is a classical guitar from the 80s that is still producing in around the world, and I really love this guitar because it's a flying V, very comfortable one that we can put in the legs. You know, it can be perfect to our shape, you know.
Yeah.
And I use Pedroni. Pedroni is an amplifier company in Brazil, and this guy made a signature model for me. So my distortion also comes from this amplifier. And I use the strings from Brazil, a company called SG Strings. It's the same strings that Andreas Kisser, example from Sepultura, is using. It's a really good one. I use the cables also for Brazil. There's another company, really great company called Tiaflex. And yes, and then I have other sponsorship, like some guys that always send me some T-shirts. The Moshi Clothing from Portugal sent me some clothes. We have some other X-Vive gave me some pieces of in-ears, headphones, this kind of things to test. But basically my gear on the stage, that it's like that I can never leave, you know, without it's my guitar, my amp.
Yeah, that's your kind of affection for that as well.
This is my heart, you know.
It's an extension of yourself. And I mean, of course...
Yes, extension of the sound that I created from all of these years, you know.
Yeah, because you are behind all these beautiful projects that now it's really a pillar, it's something stick into the music. You will never go away, so it's there and it will go forward. Only just that. Nervosa, it's we can say now it's really a pillar of music, because you girls changed the history of music, let's say that. I mean...
Wow, thank you.
No, it is true. I mean, if you just look out there, all the fan or the press or the label, I'm just saying that. I'm just saying the reality. And especially you as a woman, having this strong energy, it's putting out there in the stage. Now you're being on the vocals, the stage is gonna break down. I mean, you as well play it live. I mean, in European festival. How was it like in Wacken, in Summer Breeze, Copenhagen? Wow,
the response was the best. It was like full of people. I remember when we played in Copenhagen, that was one of the first festivals for the summer season. And there was like a 4 stage in this festival, 4 or 5 stages. Yeah. And in our stage, it was full of people. People wants to come, but there was no space for they come inside. Yes. And it was really full of people, and everyone was screaming, singing the songs and supporting Nervosa in a very beautiful way. And I really felt super happy, because everything that I passed through was not easy, you know, and to have this kind of support, it's really important, and it really keep me being strong to keep going. And also it's like a very, very nice welcome for the new girls, you know. They were really impressed. And all the festival that we played in this summer was really great, and really like crossing my expectations, you know. Yeah, because it was really good.
You've been almost really everywhere in the world. I mean, even Japan I read. So what is missing? All the New Zealand, Australia, kind of.
Exactly, New Zealand, Australia. Yeah, some countries in Asia also, like Indonesia, India, Africa. But basically, Europe, US, Canada, and Latin America, we've been in everywhere, basically.
Yeah, you will leave in October for Latin America again, for Mexico. There is a Mexico tour.
Yes, we play 9 shows in Mexico. It will be our first tour about the new album.
So it's gonna be that's amazing. That's beautiful. And of course, you mentioned before the new girls being in Nervosa with you on vocals. So let's first introduce this new amazing girl, because I look a little bit from them. So who are these girls? Just let's introduce them and to the world, even if they already know them, of course.
So on guitars, like my partner in crime, let's say, it's Elena Cotina. She was the one that was responsible to compose this new album with me. So half of the album, I composed, another half she composed this album.
Yeah.
On bass, we have Hellfire. She joined the band after we recorded the album, because we were waiting for Mia Wallace.
Yeah.
But till the last minute that we could, but she was really busy and really with a lot of problems that she could not be with us. So, and then that's why Hellfire just joined Nervosa in the last minute.
Amazing.
And on drums, we have a Micaela Naidenova, which was a really nice girl that helped us last minute to record and compose the drums for this new album.
So that came out a beautiful, and strong lineup, because you're going to be a blast all over the I want to say the world, because you already conquered the world. Because if you have just 2-3 huge country left, you already conquered the world. But of course, from the last album before Jailbreak, that will be out on the 29th of this month, just to let's say to the people, of course they know, it was Perpetual Chaos. Like lyric wise, and in terms of growing of the music itself, which is, I think, the main difference moving from Perpetual Chaos to Jailbreak.
I think we have like a list of a lot of differences. First, I think Perpetual Chaos was more a personal album, because it was an album that I composed basically alone, talking about riffs. Riff is a melody, I compose it completely alone. Of course, I have the participation example. Diva helped with some lyrics, a few lyrics. She composes some of the vocal lines, but other songs, I composed the entire lyric and some vocal lines as well. We had Eleni Nota composing the drums, but also I composed a beat of the drums as well. But now we have more everything. It's Nervosa, but more like a band. You know? Because Perpetual Chaos was 70% composed by me. Now this new album was really a band composition,
So it was like easier as well for you, not having all that, not say burden, but overwhelming composing.
Look, I like to compose albums, but actually, this is not a solo career, And the other lineup, we had a difficult moment because we were in the pandemic situation, and we had to compose with the distance in a very short time. They didn't have so much experience and time, so it's a totally different. But now, example, we could manage in a different way, and I think the biggest difference also is because we have 2 guitars, and this brings more melody.
That's beautiful.
Give us more opportunity.
That's beautiful. Like you can play between you can play both of you.
Exactly. We have a lot of guitar duos that I always wanted to do, but was never possible. And also the voice changes, because every singer had a different style,
Yeah, of course.
This is another change, of course.
Yeah, and you've been on vocals. How did you, thought about it, and I mean, you have an amazing voice. It's something that you always had, or you have to study for that when you have to take the decision to being a singer, to be the lead singer of Nervosa?
Look, when I decided to be the singer of Nervosa, I didn't know what I could do it. You know, of course, like I had a few experience because I was backing vocal in Nervosa, but I was singing only in low extreme voices, like low growls, low gutturals.
Yeah.
But never as a singer. It's totally different. And as being a singer for a thrash metal band, I cannot sing it in one technique entire album.
Yeah,
you know, I have to perform better. I have to know better things. Of course, I asked it for a friend of mine, one of my best friends, which is Mayara Puertas, another woman. And she's a singer of the band The Torture Squad. That is going to release from...
Of course I know Torture Squad.
Yes,
they are
that
live. Of course, no, I don't know that. Yeah.
Yes, they are releasing a new album with an Italian label now. Yes.
You interview.
Which is super... Yes. So she teach me. She gave me like 4 classes. And we had like a lot of talking. So she teach me how to... discover high and medium frequencies in my voices, you know, like how to take care about my voice, how to warm up, this kind of thing. So she was the most important person in this process, actually, you know, was the girl that really teach me how to do the things. And apart from that, I was just on the studio, open my mouth and screaming, you know, and trying to figure it out what the music was asking for it. So it was jamming. Every single song I was jamming.
I mean, that's I mean, and the first time you went on stage as a vocalist, I mean, the first time, how did you feel it?
I really felt comfortable. It was crazy. It was like a mind fuck, you know, like what's going on here? Like for me, it seems that I was playing this for many years. Like, of course, I still have a lot to improve, to learn. I don't know everything, of course, but with everything, the conditions and the timing that I had, it was really impressed me because I was expecting worse from myself, you know?
Yeah, but I mean,
it was my perception about me. Yes, and then for me, it was really comfortable. For example, I was not paying attention so much on what I was playing, you know? And I was singing. My voice was perfect in the end of the show. We did more shows in the sequence, and it was a tour, and everything was fine. And I say, okay, I really can do it.
Yeah, you know? Of course.
And I was really happy and excited for the next and next. And now I'm getting more and more comfortable, and I improve my singer like 10 times more than when I recorded the album, example.
Yeah. And
in each show, I try different things and I learn different things. It's been really exciting, really beautiful process for me.
Yeah, because I mean, when I was in just, you know, like the library, for example, at Bach, and you had like this fire on you. You're like a lioness. I don't know, you have this fire inside of you. So I think it comes naturally. But as well, maybe it was as well a way to put out all the stress that you have to handle, because you did a lot and you put out a lot of good energy. So that's, I mean, what can I only say? I know that you were in Italy on May. Why didn't came? Next time I will be there, that's for sure. But coming back to
I have a more opportunity.
Yeah, for sure, of course. I mean, we have tons of years ahead of us. Just Perpetual Chaos was a blast. I mean, it has a lot of success, and Jailbreak is expected to be the same, of course, because there is an amazing production as well behind it. So who is behind the production of this album, let's say that, for example?
Yes, Martin Furia was the producer of Perpetual Chaos and also from this new album, Jailbreak. And I think Nervosa, and talking about all of us as musicians, and my experience being a guitarist, I think we improve our sound as well. For example, if you compare Perpetual Chaos with the Jailbreak, you see a better sound.
Yeah.
There is improvement there.
Yeah,
Better sound for the drums, better sound for the guitars, for everything. I think it's more balanced, you know.
Yeah.
And bringing more. We worked a lot of details for this new album. Something that we could not work so much for Perpetual Chaos
during the pandemic.
We didn't have time.
Yeah, but of course you are as well like located all around the world. So for the recording of this album, you just met in one place.
Yes, all of us went to Malaga in Spain, and we record the entire album there all together, and it was a very beautiful experience because that place has something special, you know. There's a magical happening there. It was the same place that we recorded Perpetual Chaos, so we decided to keep in the same place because it was giving really good energy. It's like some lucky, I don't know. There's something special there.
Yeah, and in this album as well, there is an amazing featuring like Gary Holt and Lena Sisteran. How was being collaborating with them? Because of course Gary Holt is for the song When the Truth Is a Lie.
Yeah,
and
so this was example for Gary Holt, it was a dream come true because he's one of our biggest idol, you know. And I remember that when I sent a message to him, he was super happy, like, oh nice, of course, thank you so much to invite me. And he made this happen in a very short period between two tours that he had. And we are very grateful, you know, because he could say like, I don't have time or something like that. But no, he found a way to make this happen. And when we listened the song, the solo for the first time, me and Elena, we got emotionated. Now where I say, wow, this is fucking great. And wow, we couldn't believe. Yeah, and also the participation of Lena. It's very special because for the first time we have a woman participating in the album outside of NERVOSA, you know. We always invited some guys to participate to our albums, but this time I say like, why we never invited a woman to participate in our album? Like, why? And then I say, okay, now is the time to fix it. And when I sent an email to Lena also was answering super quick, super happy with the invitation, and she did a really great job because she has more a modern tone and way to sing, you know, so you can see very clear who is singing in each part.
Yeah, of course.
And I think the result was make the song even better.
I mean, this album is kind of like, I don't want to say new rebirth for NERVOSA, but kind of is like confirming that NERVOSA is just not, you know, like sometimes when you see these bands, new band back in the times, they will last, one or two albums, then we forgot. NERVOSA's still here, and they will be because once you have your own print, your own mark, you see, even the biggest like Gary Holt, they were happy to join because you already have this amazing aura around you that, come on, anyone wants to join NERVOSA. So just I mean in this all, because I have the track list in front of me, in this all amazing song, which are 13 songs, in your opinion, there's a song that you really not cherish, but maybe really more attached to, like you feel more close to yourself, or even one, or even more than one? Or you like to sing?
It's very hard. Yeah, it's very hard for me because I wrote all the lyrics of this album, all of them. So everything is very personal and somehow, but I always tried to make the people recognizing themselves in there, to involve everyone. Not something 100% personal. It starts with some feeling from me, of course.
Yeah.
But then I try to make everyone to think about it. But there is some songs that I think it's really important to talk about it. It's, for example, the song Suffoquer, which is a song that talks about a toxic relationship, but not about only woman and man.
Even friendships.
But also friendships, family as well, you know. Like people that use the excuse, they care about you, they love you, but actually they are manipulating you and make you suffer in the end, you know, and changing all the perception. And there's another song that is a bit connected with this, that when the truth is a lie, you know, when they are changing the reality, using some aspects of the truth, but building another truth, but this truth is a lie, to manipulate the people to have a different perception, for everybody thinks, oh, this is a truth.
This is what manipulation is. This is what the narcissistic side of friendship, relationship in general is. Yeah, and I think everyone can relate to that, because everyone in the world I think, has been at once behind a felt the in connection with narcissistic people, even just, you know, acquaintances. It doesn't have to be your best friend or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your parent, anyone. But we went all through that, so we know what does it mean to feel.
Exactly.
That's.
I'm totally sure that everyone passing through this kind of things at least 3 times.
Yeah.
Either once, 3 times. It's one of the most common. And then I think this song is just to make the people thinking about, realize things, and just run away. Be far from this kind of thing.
You said right, run away, because sometimes they didn't, especially if they experience for the first time, they stuck in that situation for longer, and maybe just, you know, even listening to song, starting to realizing that there's like, what is that? Someone else experienced it, so I'm not alone. So I should go, and I will go, and I have to go, because more you stay in that situation, it's you are arting more.
And it's because they use the love. They use the love as an excuse. We always stay there like, but this person is so cool with me. Like he or she care about me. You know, she helped me, he helped me. But it's not help. This is a tool that they are using, to manipulate you, because they are like, they like to see you suffer, you know. This is a kind of psychopathic thing, narcissistic thing.
Yeah, that's something really important, because no matter how much it goes through, we go forward with the society, but this is a trait that have been there since the beginning of the world. So we don't need the psychologists to say that. We need them for help in case, but that's as well something that we need as well to normalize. There's nothing wrong if you go through that. There's nothing wrong. It's the opposite. If you fight against it, you're a warrior. You're a survivor in certain case. And I'm just going to speak about happiest things. You went on tour. You toured a lot. There is one memory, really funny, or that you really loved about this new phase of touring, this new lineup out of the last months that you want to share.
Oh, look, my memory sucks.
Let's say for what you can recall.
And for me, it's really hard. Yes, because we have a lot of memories.
Of course.
And one memory that I have from the last year was, I think, our first tour after COVID. You know, so we were super happy, and we were playing Switzerland. And after the show, there was some fans in the front row that were asking for my guitar pick. Hi, Prika, give me the guitar pick. This the kind of things. And I took one of the guitar picks, and I was trying to throw to the guy, but the guy was with the mouth open, and the guitar pick just came into the throat like, and almost killed the guy. And the guy was a Brazilian guy, and he took the guitar pick. Oh my God, this is even more special. Thank you so much.
Reason of
and we start to laugh.
Prika, speak.
No, the guy and all of us from the band, we start to laughing like without stopping for hours.
That's beautiful.
Because the scene was really funny.
Yeah, and just let's focusing about, because of course already 3 singles are out. If I'm right, the last one was the release at the end of August.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna go on tour, and the album is gonna be out. There's gonna be some other single released from this album, or just at the moment you will focus on the touring.
Yes, we have one more video clip coming one day before the release, 1 or 2 days.
That's cool.
I don't know the date exactly. Actually, will be 27th of August. Can be.
Okay.
And yes, but we have one more single coming. It will be the 4th.
That's super cool. So the album will be out, and apart from this Mexican tour, you're planning something else, or you want to take a little bit of break, pauses to chill out a little bit, because you've been busy, woman, a lot.
Yes. Yes, for this year after the Mexico tour.
Yeah.
I'm going to Brazil, so I have some meetings, some interviews there, some business for the band. But when we come back in November, we have one festival in Germany, the Metal Hammer Paradise.
Wow.
And then we finish the year. Next year, we have the 70,000 Tons of Metal in US. And right after, we have a tour coming.
Oh my God, you already planned everything.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It's going to be closer to announced. And then we have a show in Brazil, the Summer Breeze Brazil. Yes. And then we have some tours in Latin America, in South America, and Brazil.
So let's say that if someone wants to really, because it's a lot of things, wants to be really wants to be updated, as to follow you on all the social media is the only way to be updated and know exactly where the tour is gonna be, because there's a lot of things. You find some times to rest, chill out a little bit.
To rest, I think, is the only time that I have is to rest and eat. Apart from that, I don't have time to do anything else.
But
of course, we have some time, yes, but we are on the road and doing what we love, you know.
That's
when you are doing what you love, you just need a break to sleep, you know, to rest, but you don't need a break for the work, because it's what you love.
That's the best things of everything, that you're doing your passion, pursuing your passion, your dreams, which is now your reality. So rest is for the dead. So that's really, I really love your energy. You are, since the moment I saw Nervosa, the first time, that I think it was even before the lockdown, way before, the first video clip, of course, all the other amazing one, but you have a light. I say that all the time.
Oh,
so sometimes, you know, I want to pick up, I want that for the interview, I want her. And now when today they tell me, of course, I mean, everyone in the band has a special light, I think, because that's what makes a band beautiful. Each one of you has a special gift and has a special light. But you went through a lot, and you put your stick here with this amazing light. So first, congratulations for being here, and you keep on going with your dreams, because I think this is an amazing thing for you as well, you know, the youngest, to keep on going. In fact, for that, I wanted to ask you if you could give them like an advice when they feel stuck in something or lose their, you know, passion about music. Just a message for these fans.
Yes. Look, when you know what you want for you, for your life, when you are doing what you love, you will pass for hard moments. It will not be easy for sure, because to be alive is not easy. To live, to convive with other people, it's not easy, you know. There is no perfect life, there is no stable life. But once you are you know exactly what you want, so you just keep it going, you know, and not pay attention, because now we live this kind of era on the internet that everybody's judging so hard at everyone, canceling sometimes for nothing, you know. So just be out of this. We don't need that, you know, we don't need that. And we are more than the people judge us very superficial. I'm really fine about everything that I did for this band. I'm really fine about everything that I did for all the members in this band, you know. I know that I'm not a perfect person. I know that I have my defects. I know, you know, each part I have to be better in these kind of things, but we are all humans. And I really know what I want for my life. And in a while that I'm live, Nervosa always will be alive.
Yeah,
this is something that I can guarantee. Yes. And if it's frustrated for everyone every time that I have to change lineup, it's even more frustrated for me.
Yeah.
Of course, I did my best to keep the people, but the people has different thoughts, you know, they're different wishes.
They're humans.
They change their mind. Yes, it is not in my house because lineups change all the time. So it's something normal, and this probably gonna happen again. But you mean, if you are passing through some kind of these things, don't listen the toxic thing. You know, that doesn't belong. They don't know what you're passing through. If I could say everything that are passing through, you know, I would harm basically many people. I don't want to do that. I don't need to do that. I have my art, I have my music. So just follow your heart, you know, you don't need to revenge anyone. Exactly. I don't need to spend my time, my energy saying bullshit here. I have a lot of polemic to say. I can say a list, a normal list, but I don't want to put the focus in polemic things, you know. The focus is music.
Yeah, that's the best things you can say. And I'm really happy to have you you have been here, Prika. Really, it's an honor. Thank you so much. I wish you the best, the beautiful day. And huge hug from you and for you and all the other girls. Hope to see you soon live and have a good rest of the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being so lovely and for all the kind of words.
That's true.
You also keep me being strong, you know, and this is a very important thing for all the bands, for all the metal scene, for Nervosa, and I appreciate this a lot. And I hope to see you soon in person. To hug you, for we hit some cheers and have fun.
Thank you so much, Prika. Always be the who you are. You are one of the best person I ever saw in the metal. Bye, Prika. Bye.
Oh,
bye. Bye.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. Bye bye.